What are good neighbors like? We can say it's a call to duty to always spy on you and make sure that you're doing just fine. Or we can better say that having a good neighbor is better than a distant relative. These couples are the best of good neighbors ever seen, and it's the birthday of Anthony as little Stacy came down to wish him a happy birthday with a gift. At that moment, good news kept coming as Doreen, who is Anthony's wife, got a good-paying job. The day was really worth celebrating, and she thanked Sheena for helping her get the job. Everything started to change when Dorothy found out that her husband could find a job for another woman when she is in need of a job. She was already suspecting him of having an affair with Doreen to have indulged himself in such a benevolent act. It's normal for every woman to become emotional and angry at the same time. Most men wouldn't take things like this too seriously, but what if it's the beginning of another fury in their relationship? Could Sheena and Doreen be having extramarital affairs as she is always busy on her phone chatting? Anthony is so proud of his wife with the new job, but she owes the credit to Sheena for helping her. Even though she could look back to their past achievements, she's still disturbed that they are yet to have children. Let's say that men don't get too bothered about childlessness, unlike women, because they have all the time in the world to still make babies. But for how long can these men stay before they also start to get worried? Anthony is a good man and loves his wife, and that's all that matters to him. Sheena thought his wife was joking with all that happened the previous day. She stopped doing everything cooking and cleaning in the home to the extent of coming back late from going to have fun. He was already at the top of his voice, demanding an explanation of keeping him and his daughter hungry while she hangs out. Dorothy retaliated with extreme violence that she is not a slave and has the liberty to go wherever likes and come back any time. In some cases, little issues like this can become the bane of divorce in your marriage if you don't solve the problem very quickly. Sheena could smell trouble coming, and if he doesn't act fast, it might become uncontrollable. Most men at this point will want to prove that they are the head, and she must obey. But what if listening to her and giving her what she wants will bring the peace that makes you feel the aura of a home? He promised to get her a job if that will make her happy. Doreen was on the phone again. Her actions sometimes seem as if she is cheating on her husband. Anthony came in as she dropped the call. He asked her who it was, and she told him that it's a friend of hers that he also knows. Just then, his phone rang. Sheena asked him to rush down to his house that there was an emergency. They both had to leave their meal to go check on their neighbor. Anthony and Doreen got to their house to find out that it was all a prank. This made their heart almost ripped out, but it was for good. The good news is that Dorothy got a job, so they called them to celebrate with them. Doreen doesn't look okay with it, but she had to stay because of Anthony. They came back home after the celebration, but something was beginning to change. At the time, it was a case of Doreen cheating on her husband, but now she has this feeling about Dorothy that she can't explain. Could she be right? Anthony tried to calm her down by telling her that people act funny when things happen in their lives, especially with the new job that she just got. Everything changed again when Dorothy got her new job. No more quarrelsome moments. You can imagine how everything may have gone out of control if he hadn't gotten her this new job. Now everyone enjoys the peace and tranquility that come with seeing your partner as an equal counterpart. Dorothy was very happy with her first day in office. She told him everything that had happened today at her place of work as she thanked him and also wants this last favor. She needs his permission to get house help now that she has gotten a job. Every woman knows her man better. To some, you just need to let him know and do what you want, and to others, you need to let him know what you want to do and also wait on the last order. Sheena happens to be the former, so Dorothy brought the maid Ijiro without his approval. Little Stacy met with the new maid. Ijiro likes the fact that Stacy is so intelligent as she helped her with her assignment. Stacy was entertaining them with what looks like a poem when the maid brought some fruits for them. She was about to leave when she said something that sounded funny to Sheena, that if not that she was informed, she would have thought that Anthony gave birth to little Stacy. Everyone saw it as a good remark because they see Anthony like a godfather, but Doreen was beginning to resonate with such a remark. Doreen has had these feelings for a long time. Now the maid also made such a comment. You know, somehow, women tend to feel this surge when their partner has a connection with a particular lady. This singular remark took a hold on the ladies like there was an atom of truth in it. Dorothy also couldn't sleep. So could there be something that we are about to find out? Doreen had been inquisitive to find out the truth. She found something that evening that almost shattered her heart. Nothing is more painful to a loyal partner who loves a cheating partner. Doreen just found documents of assets Anthony has been buying in her name. She swore to her friend on the phone that she was going to kill him. She heard him coming in and ended the call. She wouldn't escalate it now, so she told him that she was worried about their childlessness when he saw her crying. They were still talking when Sheena and his family came in. He just got this Monopoly board game and thought that they could play together as a family. There is no doubt that having good neighbors is a blessing, but sometimes it's better to watch from the fence rather than to jump into the fence. It was getting late. They had to return home. Doreen pleaded to allow little Stacy to spend the night with them. It is fine with her parents if it will help ease her tension of having her own child. Dorothy was not happy that he accepted to allow their child to sleep over with her own consent. First thing the next morning, he went to pick her up as he promised his angry wife. He understood her plight and encouraged her that God's time is the best when Anthony came out, but Sheena had to leave to prepare for work. Doreen indirectly threw a question to him about a friend of hers who found out that her husband impregnated her next-door neighbor. Anthony's reaction towards such a question gave her a clue that something was wrong. She already got the DNA test she conducted with little Stacy the night she slept in her house. She saw Anthony in their neighbor's house as usual. The reason she hasn't escalated Anthony and Dorothy's secret is because she had no evidence. She just told Sheena that Anthony is the father of little Stacy. Inasmuch as he tried not to believe what he just heard for the sake of their relationship, he tried to calm her down. Doreen asked him to go make his findings, and she will be right here waiting for him. Sheena happens to be a man of reasoning. He didn't accuse his wife, but went to little Stacy's room to get her. He was going to run the DNA test. Ever since that day, he hasn't spoken a word to his wife while he waits for the DNA test. On the flip side, Doreen also awaits the DNA to know her stance in her marriage. Just then, Dorothy came in. She wanted to know if her husband was with them. It didn't take long before Sheena angrily came in with the test result in his hand. Doreen was right in the first place. Initially, it was believed that Sheena and Doreen may be having an affair, but now, the reverse is the case. Nothing is as painful as finding out that your partner is having a secret affair with someone very close to you. Anthony wanted to talk to his wife. He knew that he had wronged his wife, but Doreen wasn't interested with whatever he had to say. What do you think are the many reasons that can make a family like this go from a sweet, happy home to one filled with regrets? Should we say lack of quality communication and commitment, infidelity, or sexual contentment? Perhaps over familiarity with the both families going in and out of each other's house any time they wanted. Anthony is now scared of sleeping with his wife on the same bed. He woke up to find out that his wife had left. The question is, can you forgive your partner if you find yourself in the same predicament? Dorothy also finds herself in the same mess. What more can she say if not to wait for his verdict? He called the maid and paid her off for her rendered services, and told Dorothy to leave his house before he returned. The truth is that good people are merciless when you break their trust. Dorothy and her daughter were already outside before he was back, but should the little girl also suffer the consequences of what she knows nothing about? They stayed out late in the dark with the hope that a miracle would happen. Anthony comes back to find them outside. Little Stacy also calls him Father. He apologized for everything that had happened and asked her to come pass the night at his house while they sorted things out tomorrow. Dorothy had to accept after much pleading from both father and daughter. Anthony felt the stress they would have passed through. He got glasses of juice for her and his daughter when Doreen came in. She believes Dorothy had these all planned out to take over her home, all in the name of being a good neighbor by having an affair with her husband right under her roof. Anthony tried to explain that it was never intentional, but a mistake. It happened the night they had a get-together in Anthony's house. Everyone got so drunk that Dorothy couldn't move her legs again, so she slept in their apartment while Sheena managed to go back home. Doreen retired to her bedroom, while Anthony took Dorothy inside the guest room. They woke up the next morning to find out that the deed had been done. Doreen hated him the most for taking advantage of Dorothy in a drunken state, but she became calm when he told her that the doctor confirmed that she was barren, so it was an opportunity to have a child with Dorothy. Anthony also confessed that he loves her beyond having a child and doesn't want to lose her. That was why he never mentioned it to her when the doctor confirmed that she was barren. At this point, Doreen saw that she was the cause of their childlessness, and why her husband was desperate for a child. She believes that she doesn't deserve to have him anymore, and asked Dorothy to take care of her home while she left. The question is, did she do the right thing by giving up on her marriage? And will you do the same as a woman?
Thanks for watching. Please comment your thoughts and also like and share this video for more super amazing videos that we are bringing to you. And if you're watching from our YouTube channel, you can also subscribe and turn on your notification for more. Thank you.